Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to Japanese summer. I don't know if you can hear that too well if the camera picks it up, but the cicadas are out and they are making a racket. Hopefully it's not too disturbing for the video, but today I have something really special. I've been meaning to stop by this place for a long time, and a few locals up here told me about a few abandoned Zero fighter planes from World War II that are sitting around here. And where we are is in Fukushima. It's a little town called Nihon Matsu. It's really close to Ebisu Circuit. For those of you that watch the channel, you know exactly where I am. There's Mount Inn there. That was an abandoned hotel that they bought and renovated, and it looks incredible. We're gonna go check out the Zero fighters in a little bit, but what I wanna do is just show you how much Mount Inn has changed, because it's friggin' awesome. This particular place is Dake Onsen because of all the volcanic activity that happen in the mountains that are up in that direction, I believe. But this whole place during winter, there's a ski resort close by. You can go snowmobiling and all of that. And obviously during the warmer months, we get to go drifting at Ebisu Circuit. Now, Mount Inn was an abandoned hotel, which was an old Japanese hotel here. There's actually a fair few ones that are still abandoned here, including the one next door to it that's slowly being deconstructed. But Mount Inn was also abandoned, and they've completely renovated the front of it. This is a new hotel here that actually was demolished in the earthquake that I was here for. If you guys remember, we were here for that 8.1 and we got smashed on our feet and everything smashed around us and stuff, and it was very scary. And the landslide happened at Ebisu Circuit where I was drifting the day before. This whole building completely, the whole structure failed, and all the Rio rods started sticking out of the concrete, and they condemned the building and built a new hotel there. But Mount Inn managed to survive with minor damage. You can actually see they're set up for the summer Matsuri that's going to happen on the street here soon. But Mount Inn survived, and they just finished doing all the repairs and the renovation, and it looks absolutely incredible. There's no car park out the front here anymore. We've got nice grass, nice path. They light this fire at nighttime. I cannot wait for autumn and winter time. That's going to be nice. Get to roast marshmallows. And now they have a pizza oven here. They're a pizzeria. It's crazy. Naomi-san doesn't just make umeshu anymore. She's a pizza master. And they got a proper pizza oven here. Absolutely crazy cool. Jeez. I definitely need to try some pizza later today. So we need to make sure we make it back after checking out the Zero fighters so we can have some of Naomi's pizza. And then inside has been completely renovated as well, and it looks absolutely incredible. Bar, everything here. The onsen has been renovated as well. Also, the onsen is tattoo friendly, so if any of you guys have any tattoos, you're more than welcome to still use the onsen here. But this is my favorite place. I always stay here unless it's booked out, because it does get booked out quite a lot, especially in the busy periods. But I always stay here. You guys know that. Also, I apologize for my voice. I've had a sore throat for the last few days. I caught a little cold off my son from daycare, clearly. But dad things, you get used to it after a while. Anyways, chooching through. But yeah, that's what Mount Inn is like now. It's actually insane. And it's super nice because it's only 5 minutes from Ebisu Circuit. You just go down there, turn left, and then there's another right, and then a left, and you're at Ebisu. It's actually kind of crazy. Let's take a quick look though at this abandoned place here. They were actually, before they purchased this, they actually were looking at purchasing this one initially, but it is so far gone, and a lot of the whole building's been condemned due to the earthquakes and stuff. It's not structurally sound anymore. But this is huge. This goes for like so far back and so many different levels and stories, and it's pretty wild. It would be really cool if we were allowed to explore it someday. I'm hoping the owners will let us in there, but every time I've asked them, they say it's too dangerous. But I don't blame them, because you can see the roof's been collapsing and whatnot. There's a really nice liquor store here across the little creek, and a lot of the water in this creek is actually outflow from the onsens and stuff like that. It's really cool. Liquor store. There's an izakaya there called Yorizawa. Another ryokan here. But this is crazy. This little side alley actually leads to another little bar in there. Super cool. And then all the way at the top of the hill is a really nice little shrine. It's crazy just in the last 10 years that I've lived in Japan, how much this place has been revitalized because of those coming for Ebisu Circuit and the drifting stuff, as well as all of the other, you know, snow activities and camping activities and stuff that happen in this local area. Where I'm standing right now is now a new car park, but there used to be another old ryokan or old Japanese hotel that unfortunately also did collapse during the earthquake that happened that we were here for. It's actually crazy. So if ever you do find yourself wanting to come to Ebisu Circuit or visit Dake Onsen here in Nihonmatsu in Fukushima, make sure you check out Mount Inn. Not sponsored whatsoever, just good friends with them, and I absolutely love what they are doing. But let's go check out and find these Zero fighters. Quick stop by Family Mart for lunch. You guys know, Fami Chiki is definitely in the bag. I had to also make sure I grab myself one of these. Gotta try and fight off the cold as much as I can. If you've been to Japan and you know what this feels like on the first gulp, you know. And then of course, the money shot. Oh yeah. If you haven't been to Japan and had a Fami Chiki, what are you doing? Enough of waiting, let's go find these Zero fighters. Feels weird to be driving past Ebisu and not going in. Today a lot of the tracks are rented out and it's the challenge class for EDS, so I don't even get to drive there today. But I'm okay with that because I really needed a day off anyways. Need to try and recover from this cold. The weather today is absolutely beautiful. It's still sunny and warm, but the cloud overcast is perfect. Makes it like just that little bit more comfortable. Japanese summers are no joke. Just look at this scenery, guys. So beautiful. On the other side of these trees are mountains too. I love it out here. I don't know. Gotta buy myself a compound or a ranch or something. Semi-air ranch. You guys know I have a dream of one day somehow getting a mountain out here. It'd be cool. There's another little fire spotting tower there with a bell and everything. It's like a big old abandoned factory. Look at that. Jeez. Whoa, that's them. I cannot believe what I'm seeing with my eyes. This looks insane. Look. And it's like there's a whole abandoned factory or something here too. Oh my gosh. This looks crazy. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, this appears to be some kind of abandoned factory. There's another empty plane shell here. This is so cool. There's like 3 of them here. Oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like this. So where we are right now is Koriyama, and there is actually a lot of history here of the whole industrial area of Japan, and especially in World War II, in the 1940s, this was where all the factories were that were producing a lot of the chemicals and all the stuff for these planes. A lot of the parts and things like that that were manufactured for them was here. And in 1945, towards the end of the war, America did a bombing run on this exact city to take out those factories. Now, unfortunately, if you look into the history, it is a little grim because all the factory workers were actually young students because all of the, adults were out actually serving and fighting and stuff like that. So there is a pretty crazy kind of like history here. And at the same time, they made a movie about this. Now, I'm not entirely sure whatever happened to the movie, whether they lost funding or if it's still coming out or anything like that. But all the information that I could find about why these things are here is because they were props made for that film that they were filming that hasn't eventuated into anything. Now, maybe it's still coming out, I don't know, but this is now the resting place. Now, the story is, and all the information I could find, was that this is a real plane. These 2 are apparently props, but supposedly there is actually a real one with like real materials and stuff from one of these planes. And you can really tell that these are definitely props. Like it's very obvious. That's just like sheet metal, they did it as best they could. Looks like they just had like some kind of wooden prop jammed in there and whatnot to make it work. And Geez, you can actually kind of see, oh, there's another one here. Wait, is that that might be a prop too, because it looks like there's like black, like plastic wrapped around the edge there. You guys see that? It's like, I don't know if I can zoom in. It looks like black, like vinyl wrap on the end there. Now, even though these are props, I believe they were built to scale. Look at all the self-tappers. Man, it'd be cool if we could get in and have a look at the cockpit. You can see like they actually made like the kind of glass roofs and stuff for them, or for the cockpit. This one is wild. Yeah, this was another prop too. You can see there's like crossbar and stuff. That just looks like... Dude, okay, this one's a much poorer quality one, because this is just like 50-gallon barrels welded together. You guys see that? Look. Dude, what is... This is so wild. Maybe this is actually a different type of plane. It doesn't have... Wait, is this its wings up here? I think it is. I wonder if there's a different insignia under it. Oh my gosh, this looks crazy. Do we dare go in? I think we do. Oh wow, that looks crazy. The wings all like destroyed. Maybe this was meant to look like a blown up plane. I don't know. Jeez, that's cool. Man, so crazy. I wonder what this old factory was that's been abandoned. I wonder if this is the place where they built them for the movie. Honestly, they don't look that old, but they do at the same time. But also, you know, stuff out here is all, with all the vegetation and the rain and stuff and the heat, it's gonna rust a lot faster. This is definitely a real plane, for sure. You can see like everything there. Where the wing connects, you can see all the cables and wires and stuff. That looks like a real plane to me. So I'd take a wild guess and just say this is 100% the real deal. And then these were all props, these three. But there's a pathway through here. This is like the fake landing gear. Oh. Yeah, this definitely looks like a real plane. You can see there's some old like tech gear and stuff inside it. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm guessing that this is some kind of part from one of the planes too. You see someone's been here recently. There's a lot of like pathways and stuff carved out everywhere here. Yeah, this is a real plane. You can see it there. It says Antenna Collins Radio Company. That's cool. Man. All the harnesses just snipped clean. So cool. What kind of plane is this? All the, I guess all the local kids and stuff come here and probably play all the time. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Look at the cockpit. Oh, the roof too. This had to be some kind of old passenger plane. Oh, there's a wasp nest there. Look at this. So this is the real deal. This is a real plane at some point. I have no idea. Look at that checklist case. I have no idea what this is. The interior looks wild. It had some kind of air conditioning. Look at that. Like vents there and stuff. I have no idea what some of this equipment is. And cabin radio junction. There's some kind of box up the back there. It's like nothing left. I mean, it makes sense. These would have, this stuff would have gotten stripped out. Wow, that just looks so crazy. I wish these were real Zero fighters. That would be wild, but at the same time, I don't know if there's any left except ones that are sitting in museums. But still, this is so wild, even though they're props. This thing's sick, whatever it is. I just noticed here under the plane, looks like the old hatch there. That's pretty cool. Just quickly as well, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys that are staying and watching till the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed yet and you love this kind of content, I've been living here in Japan for a while now. I'm heavily into the automotive space, but I love tech and all these other kind of weird, wonderful things just like this. Make sure you hit subscribe. We're aiming to get 1 million subs by the end of this year. I know it's a crazy ambition, but hey, at some point a long time ago, I only had 1,000 subs and look where we are now. Also, we've been putting these little secret safe words at the end of every video, and it's so cool to see you guys commenting and put them down in the comment section. So at the end of the video, make sure you wait for that little safe word to write a comment down below so I know you're a G. Because seriously, you guys that are staying to the end, you mean the most to me. Now let's get back to this. It still blows my mind. Like, imagine coming here, pulling up to your rice field, because this is an access road to get to the rice paddy field here for the farm. Like, imagine rocking up through here and having to drive your little K-truck through the wing frames of these freaking Zero fighter prop planes. Coming here to check up on your farm, make sure the rice is doing good, the water level's all G, you know. Look at all that beautiful fresh rice. Well, this is a huge process to making that. One day I'd love to make a video on that actually. And then Zero fighters, crazy. This thing, I really want to see what this looks like, but we'd have to come back in the winter when all the foliage has died. Then we'd get a really good look at it. In fact, I might even just throw a picture here of what's there on Google Maps from the satellite view. When I looked at Google Maps to check the satellite imagery, I actually found a ton of photos that had been posted by locals for this spot that showed all the different planes and props and things that were there. And there was actually a fair bit more than what we could see, purely because of how overgrown it was. But it was also interesting to see how much things have changed throughout time. Mind you, most of these photos were from 2023. I was really hoping that one of the Zero fighters was the real deal, but with all the secondhand information that was passed down to us from the locals and stuff like that, they said that one of them here was real. And I think that's what they meant. This plane was real and not the Zero fighters. But still, very, very cool. And it's crazy to even see this. Like, this whole shot here just seems insane to me. Very crazy. It really is true though. After the 10 years that I've been living here, it always blows my mind what I find abandoned, covered in weeds, especially in the summertime. It's honestly crazy. The abandoned cars we've found, like random old American C3 Corvettes and stuff. You guys remember that graveyard we found? It was just crazy. And Zero fighters, old movie props, and some other plane. I don't know what that is, but we will when this video goes live, because I know you're all going to put it in the comment section, because I'm sure some of you guys know what that is. I still can't believe that this is just out here in some rice fields, like 45 minutes from Ebisu Circuit. Crazy. I figured on my way back to Ebisu / my hotel, I'd stop by the Sideways Experience workshop. This place I don't think we've ever shot in before, but it is huge, amazing big workshop. These guys have an incredible setup here. But I want to show you this really interesting car. This is Zach's S14, and he's decided to go down the K-swap route. I think this may be, now let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but this may be the first K-swapped S chassis dedicated for Ebisu Circuit. I don't think I've seen a single K-swapped S chassis or anything at Ebisu, except there is like an abandoned RX-7 FD with a K-swap in it that has a hole in the hood and a turbo sticking out like this high. It's just like slapped together. That's like abandoned somewhere on Ebisu, but this is the first like clean, tidy one I think I've seen. I gotta say, it looks good, looks proper. So I did try to ask Zach to let me kind of ask him a few questions about his build, but he doesn't like being on camera. That's not his thing. So he just kind of gave me all the information. The reason why he decided to do a K-swap into an S chassis is because before he was over here in Japan and whatnot, working for Sidex, in New Zealand, he had a Civic that was SR20 swapped rear wheel drive, and he had that thing swapped a turbo on there and had a bunch of fun. So he wanted to always do the opposite. So instead of a Honda body with a Nissan engine platform, he wanted to do a Nissan body with a Honda drivetrain. Super cool. I'm not gonna lie, it took a little bit for me to wrap my head around an SR rear wheel drive swap Civic. But what's really cool is the only other person I've known that's done anything similar is Jimmy. Jimmy Oakes did the KA swapped Civic, right? But his car, Zach's car, was like 10, almost 15 years ago. So I think maybe his was the first. And he said he was using S chassis subframes in it as well, which is kind of crazy. One other cool thing is this was Zach's first ever time learning to weld. He didn't know how to TIG or anything. And then he decided he was going to build a car and learn with this. And I got to say, looking at his TIG welds now, it looks awesome. He welded his own turbo manifold too. Very cool. Also, all the aluminum welding as well. Look at this. You can actually see where like he started the build And like as he progressed, the welds get better. It's really, really cool. Looks like he's using just a standard GTR stock intercooler. There's such a good bolt-on like intercooler solution that you can get fairly cheap used at like Up Garage and stuff here. Like usually anywhere from like $100. Used to be able to get them for like $30, but you know. But yeah, look at these welds. They're pretty freaking good. Not gonna lie. Pretty freaking awesome. Look at that. Not bad. Not bad. Now, Zach has had this build for quite a while, and I got to say, it is quite rare to see someone take on a full project like this, and especially like not knowing how to weld and now knowing how to weld and stuff like that, but still seeing that he's sticking through all the way to the end. And he was telling me he's really excited because this thing will be cranking soon. He's been hooking up all the power wires and stuff, and he had to make his own custom tensioner thing here, using parts from a 350Z timing belt tensioner, or not timing belt tensioner, but belt tensioner, accessory belt. And then he made like his own water inlet pipe here that goes all the back. He did a cheap like AliExpress manifold adapter for an S2000 manifold that he found off like Yahoo auctions for like $100. Just cheap, good stuff. And this whole car was shroomed all the way into here, like really badly crashed. And he brought this thing back, a little bit of tubs and stuff. Not bad, eh? For someone that didn't know how to weld when they got into this to what it is now, this is freaking awesome. Very cool. There's a fair few cars here that I'm sure you guys can recognize. TJ, he hasn't driven this thing in a long time. I don't think he's been in Japan forever too. Look at this dust. Oh wow, it's multi-layered thick. Oh man. Colette's car too. And up here is Jimmy's. Look at all the Evo wagons. There you go, Jimmy's one too. A lot of wrecked old Z's here too. They get used for parts cars. It happens, it's part of it. And if you guys remember back in the day when we used to have to pit and go all the way down to the bottom of Higashi to change tires and stuff, this K-Truck was like the get around vehicle. And I think now they're turning it into a little bit of a drift K-Truck for a fun little project. It should be fun. I love that they're just using like a gantry, I think that's how you say it, a gantry crane to hold up the whole back while they weld the diff and stuff in it. We're back on the road now, and I want to stop by and just have a look and see if there's any deals to be had at the local Up Garage here. Because being Nihon Matsu and close to Ebisu Circuit, usually you find some interesting stuff. Let's see what we can find. It's been a while since I've been to this one. Oh, they used to have a ton of stuff. This cracks me up. R33 GTR rear trunk. Let's see the hole here. I guess the latch got broken or something and they had to cut it to get into it. But it's crazy that they're still selling that for 30,000 Japanese yen. Oh, Swift bumpers are cheap. 6,000 yen. This is crazy, this whole cutaway from a 34, the 32 wheel. Let's see what we can find. The wheel section looks pretty good. A lot of K-car sizes though. Not bad. Always love this wall of wheels here. You just walk up there and have a look at them too. Nothing kind of crazy though. This is all like, oh, there's some BBSs, I guess. Mainly all just like stock stuff. See if there's any interesting parts. This is cool. Looks like a SR stock turbo for 15,000 yen. It's like $100 for the current exchange rate. Bunch of taillights, wheels. Some okay seats. It's Recaro. Dang, the place seems pretty cleared out. What on earth kind of throttle body is that? Edelbrook? For only 15,000 yen? Oh, what's this? Oh, this is kind of cool. This is a 4.1 for 70,000 Japanese yen. These diffs are worth a lot. And stock LSD with a 4.1. So that'll bolt straight into a chaser. Oh my gosh, what the flip? Look at all these JP turbos. Someone just like sold all their old stock or something. Bunch of JP turbos for sale. It's like a Taiwanese or Thailand kind of turbo maker. Interesting. They're pretty cheap too. Like a TD06 and stuff. Bunch of silicone couplers. Glad they still have this. Oh my god. This is literally the turbo on my K-Van for a K6A, same engine. Look how tiny and cute it is. It's my hand for comparison, by the way. My hand's bigger. And then, ah yes, nice brake upgrade. It's crazy that someone would pay 7,000 yen for that. Ooh, these wheels look cool. Some aero here. Origin, GT86 or ZN6 over fenders or front fenders. Not bad. Yeah, there's not that much stuff here. Like gaskets and stuff. Bummer. This place has been pretty cleared out. Usually there'd be way more stuff here. Been seeing a lot of people putting these on their cars and stuff recently here. Not bad. I was about to leave, but then I saw this huge stack of Linglong Flash Hero tires. These are a really good tire. They're comparative to like a Valino 08R. They're selling a pair of these, so two, for 19,800 yen. That's like 20,000 yen, about 160, maybe even 150, depending on the exchange rate right now, for a pair. That's pretty good. The problem is though, they're 2023 tires, so they're a little old, so they're probably not as grippy as they would have been if they were new. But still, that's pretty good. That's a crazy grippy tire though. Probably unnecessary for Ebisu. But I'm not gonna lie, knowing that these are here with Mitsuri next weekend, kind of want to grab a couple, just because that's a good deal. Like 10,000 yen per tire. Those used to be 20,000 yen each. So it's kind of cool. I love these wheels so much. When we had the old Yakuza Crown, we actually got a set of these and put them on. They're definitely VIP spec. Damn, I missed that Crown. Put it down in the comments if you remember that build and the things that we found under the back seat. Shh. Time to head back to the hotel. I want to make sure we get a pizza from that nice pizza oven. While we're driving back to the hotel, if you missed in the last video, we've officially launched our brand new 2026 FD support pack. If you guys want to continue supporting us in competing in Formula Drift Japan at the professional level, please go to the website and check out that pack. I think we absolutely nailed the design this year, and it's been really cool as well to see some of you guys returning and coming back and collecting those packs. Every year has been a different design, and once again, I really think the guys knocked it out of the park with this year's design. Also, our very first Nobody flags. We've never done Japanese Nobody flags before, so it's super cool that we actually have them now and they're part of that pack. So go to the website, place your pre-orders now. The pre-order window only closes in a few weeks, so don't miss out on that. And thank you again, guys, for all of your support. Once again, go to the website, sammit.net, and let's get to the hotel because I cannot wait to try this pizza. And just like that, we are back at the top of the mountain. Look at this view, absolutely beautiful. We got the fire going. I think we're allowed to roast marshmallows if we want to. It's kind of nice. I can't wait till it's winter or autumn. Hi. Onegaishimasu. I've ordered a cheese pizza. I'll go inside and get a drink and set up. Well, I gotta say, this looks pretty good. And I gotta say, I really love just how much this place has changed over the years. If you guys remember some of the first videos when we visited here and just how old and beat up it was compared to what it is now, it's been really cool to kind of be a part of the journey here and see how much has changed. But that aside, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe if you like this video. Let me know down in the comment section. Your safe word for today is lemon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Jamata. Get the support pack. Sammit.net. Peace.